Well, good morning. Welcome. Happy Thursday. So happy to see you guys today. Today is day 4 of the Booked and Busy training. Today we're going to talk about how to end the ghosting and close your leads quickly. Day 4. It's like, I can't believe it's already here.
It's a journey Kate had to take you on from day 1 all the way to here because there's so much information. Kate can go on and on about half these topics, like a whole course in itself, you know?
Yes. I thank my father for the gift of gab, for being able to talk about this. But I think you guys are probably the same way, that when you are passionate about something, when you really love something, you could go on for hours about it, right? So that's kind of what we're like too. Yeah, this is kind of, this is what we love to do. So we're happy to excited to share it with you. So anyway, so Nick and Teresa are going to be answering questions on the other side of the screen today. So if you have any questions along the way, if you need a little clarification about any of the topics we're talking about today, then let them know and they will help get you pointed in the right direction, get you the information that you need. But otherwise, we'll launch into the training in just a minute. So I want to give everybody a couple minutes to get settled. So
yep, very good. I'm going to go out there. Remember, Teresa and I are still in a lot of your spam boxes. So if you've asked questions this week, I might have responded to it, but it says like you haven't seen it because you have to go to that like the little area that says like people you don't know or whatnot, because we're not friends on there. So please check that out or message in there, DM Teresa anytime you'd like. So
yes, exactly. Oh, there's the volume. All right, perfect.
If there's any technical issues this week, today, we're going to live stream it on YouTube as well, and we'll give you that link a little later when everybody's on. But Facebook can't bring us down, so we're going to use YouTube.
That's right. Well, it's like I said in the email last night. It's like, man, maybe that information was that was too big for Facebook to handle. Man, they couldn't handle all that information. So so if you were here yesterday and stuck with us through everything, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And either way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. You can go watch yesterday's session. Like Nick mentioned, I did re-record it and reposted it in the group, so that way there's no interruptions. Nothing but teaching, basically, so that we can go back and watch it and everything. So Rosemary, good to see you this morning. Thank you for being here. Yes, this is just, I love being able to, AJ, good use of humor. Yes, well, you have to have a sense of humor about this. It's just like you guys were doing a great job sharing some of the stories of the challenges that you guys have. Our student, AJ Raymond, that, she may pop in here in a little bit, but she was telling about, as a makeup artist, she's had plenty of issues with salons not opening in time when she needed to be in there to do hair and makeup. So she was talking about how they had to do it in the maid of honor's car. Like, you just got to flex, right? That's what we do as business owners. We got to, like Teresa just said, roll with the punches, keep going. Yeah, AJ, you get it as an MC. Like, I mean, things happen. Somebody, people start getting rowdy or whatever, and you just have to be like, okay, well, move on. So anyways, Jane, good to see you. Thank you for being here today. Cindy, good morning. Hello to Randall and Shelly. Good to see you. So happy to see you. Shelly or Sherry, I apologize. I'm messing up on the name today. I need more coffee. But anyways, we are so happy to see you guys here today. Like I said, today we are talking about ending the ghosting and closing your leads quickly, okay? We are going to be talking about, adaptability, AJ says. And that has to do when it comes to closing your leads, right? And ending the ghosting. You have to be flexible and knowing what you need to do in order to adapt to different situations, okay? So you need to end the ghosting and close your leads quickly. And how do you do that? Well, we're going to go in depth on it, but we're going to talk about the follow-up strategies that keep leads from ghosting you. We're going to talk about how to make couples feel confident in saying yes sooner. And we're going to talk about how to take the awkwardness out of the sales process, because I know that a lot of you guys don't feel super confident about sales, right? Maybe it's not something that you've ever really considered yourself really good at, that you've never considered it to be a strong point. But the problem with that is that as business owners, we have to get good at this. We have to know how to be able to move our clients closer to a sale in order to keep our business thriving, right? And I've got a couple of mindset shifts, a couple of things we'll talk about today that I really believe are going to make things easier for you, so that way you don't feel so awkward and weird about offering the sale, when it comes to, building up those relationships with your clients. Okay. So once again, if you have any questions along the way, definitely let us know. Nick and Teresa are in the comments here and are providing information for any questions that you might need. Just let us know. We are happy to help you get that information and make sure that you have everything you need to be able to move forward and to be able to start building your business, getting these leads in quickly, because it's really a journey that we've been through so far today, this week, right? You guys have been really amazing at commenting and participating in all of these sessions so far. And I love being able to hear what you guys are working on. I love hearing about what you're focused on. I love learning about your businesses and what you need to take your wedding business forward. But it has been a lot of information this week. And I know that, especially when there's a lot of new concepts and things that are coming to you, it helps to sometimes get a refresher. So if you need to, definitely go back and watch, even from day one if you need to. Go back and watch all of these videos. They will be available up until this coming Tuesday, okay? And I want to tell you guys, we asked, I believe it was yesterday, if you guys would be interested in having maybe like a bonus session on Facebook ads and strategies for that, or for paid ad strategies in general, not just Facebook, but how to do paid ads well. So you guys a lot of you did say that you wanted to have a bonus session on that. And like I said, you guys have a lot of questions that you've been asking, and really good ones that sometimes we just don't have time to answer throughout the sessions, okay? So I want to let you guys know we are going to open up a couple of bonus sessions through the weekend and a little bit into next week, just to help kind of give you guys some additional information, maybe give you guys a little bit deeper training on a couple of things. So if there is anything from this week that you guys could really use a little bit more kind of in-depth teaching on, where you're like, I really want to know more about that. I liked where that was going, but I need more information. Let us know, okay? Either by putting it in the comments here, or like I said, send a direct message to Nick or to Teresa. Let them know what it is that you would like a little bit more information on, a little bit more learning on. And maybe we could put together a couple of extra sessions to provide that. Because at the end of the day, guys, I want to make sure that you have the information that you need to move forward in your business. I want to see you thriving in your wedding business. I want you guys to be bringing in so many leads that you're like, dang, maybe I need to hire somebody, right? That is what I want for you guys. I want you guys to see the growth in your wedding business that you know is possible, because what you do is amazing. You are a fantastic wedding pro, but a lot of times the problem is that not enough people know about it. So how can we fix that? That's what we've been talking about all this week, is how to build your business online, how to increase your presence there, how to get smarter about the way that you talk with your clients, your potential clients, your leads, how to get them in, how to speak to them right. Now, today, we're going to talk about how to make sure that you end the ghosting, that you're not getting ghosted by them, and that you are able to close those sales more quickly, okay? So let's go over real quick, a quick recap of yesterday. So like I said, if you haven't watched the video, it is posted in the tribe here. So if you need to, go give that a watch after this session. But let me give you a quick little recap of what we talked about. We talked about the visuals that get couples from meh to woo. That looks interesting, right? Part of that was talking about the main image and what you need for that picture of success, okay? We talked about the 6-second test to get couples wanting to know more about you. And we talked about the game-changing calls to action, why it is so, so important to have those prime pieces of real estate in there, in that top right-hand corner and several other places throughout the page, making sure that you have those in place, because that is going to help couples to get to talk with you, to get them to want to talk with you and to reach out to you, and making it easier for them, okay? We can't make it so difficult for them to give us their money or to book with us. We can't make it difficult for them to do business with us, okay? So that's a lot of what we were talking about yesterday, okay? So Today, I want you guys to make sure if you haven't already, grab your workbook. We will be going over some of those things today just to give you a little visual here. Go through that and start taking some notes because like I said, this is something that as you're going through, you may have some questions on things. Let us know about it so that way we can make sure to answer them. Maybe like we like to do it like a Q&A session a lot of times, just to help get those questions answered for you so you know what you need to do to move forward, right? And get those answers that maybe you've had a hard time finding so far for your wedding business, okay? So let's talk today about how to stop the ghosting, get your leads closer to a sale, all right? One thing I want you to remember that we teach often is this. They are not ghosting you. You are ghosting them when you don't follow up enough, okay? Let me repeat that because I know that's in the workbook. They're not ghosting you. You are ghosting them when you don't follow up enough, okay? We truly, firmly believe, we know it, we have seen it, we have done it ourselves, that the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? When you have a solid follow-up strategy for your leads, you are going to get better results because just like we talked about in the buy now versus the buy later couples concept, not everybody is ready to book right away. So what do? Are you going to let those leads just go out the door and go on their merry way and go find somebody else when they're ready? No, what a wasted opportunity. Because if you brought them in the right way, like we have been teaching this week, then they want you. They want what you have to offer. And they truly believe that you're going to make their wedding better because you're part of it, okay? So why would you let them go off and kind of float off into the distance to go find a wedding pro who is going to be less than what you offer, who is not going to be able to give them their dream wedding, that is not going to be able to serve them at the highest level the way that you can? Why would we do that, right? Especially if you paid for those leads, okay? Do not let them float away and be gone forever, okay? You need to have a follow-up strategy. And like I said, this is probably why you're only closing the buy now couples and not enough of the buy later couples, is because of this lack of follow-up, okay? So let's talk for just a moment about what follow-up looks like, okay? A lot of you have said that, yes, I do follow up with my couples. But when we ask you, when we press a little bit more and get some information about it, and we say, okay, well, how many times do you follow up with them? And they say, a lot of you will say, I'll give them the information they ask for. If I don't hear from them, I'll follow up again, and maybe I'll follow up one more time. And why don't you guys follow up after that? If you think you know what I'm going to say, type it in the comments. Why you don't follow up more than 2 or 3 times with a lead if they don't respond to you? What do you think I'm going to say? What is it? What is the reason why you're not following up with them? I just want to see if anybody pops it in. I have talked about this a little bit, okay? And it is so, so true. And I think that this is probably the number one fear that we as wedding pros, or anybody who is in business, is that we are afraid that we're going to do this, okay? This is our biggest fear. Yep, AJ's got it, to not be a PITA. Do you know what a PITA is? Pain in the ass. We don't want to be a pain to them. You don't, Angela said it too. You don't want to be a pest. Antonio says it. You think you were afraid that we're going to be bugging them, right? And Antonio says that's what he used to think. And that's why he's making sales. That's why he is getting these clients, because he has been consistent in his follow-up, not pushy, but consistent. There is a difference, and I want you guys to understand this, okay? There is a difference between being pushy and being a PITA, like AJ says. There's a difference between that and being consistent. And what sometimes is referred to, I've heard this phrase before and I love it, professionally persistent, okay? What that means is that you are following up with them consistently to provide them with valuable information. You're not hitting them with message after message after message saying, buy from me, schedule a consultation, here are my packages and pricing, let's get on the phone. No, that would be pushy and that would be annoying, right? We don't want that. And I think that's our biggest fear as business owners, is that we are going to be, a pain to them. We're going to be too pushy, like Randall said. We don't want to do that. So what do? We don't follow up with them at all after a handful of times, once or twice, maybe 3 times. And I've even seen some people in the tribe, when I've asked this question, how many times do you follow up? And I've even seen people say that you don't follow up more than 2 or 3 times, at max, because if they don't want to buy from me, then I don't want their business. If they're not excited to book with me, then I don't want their business. But I want you guys to understand, once again, this is the buy later couples concept. Just because they're not booking with you right away does not mean that they're not your perfect client, that they're not someone who you can serve wholeheartedly and are going to be amazing at for their wedding, where they are going to be the ones giving you a glowing review and are going to be so happy and really make you feel like, wow, I am good at what I do, because look at how happy this couple is because I was part of their wedding. Okay? When we are so focused on what we want as a business owner, when we want them to buy, when we want them to be ready, that is a problem, because we cannot force the sale, okay? We cannot force them to be ready. We can encourage them. We can give them information that they need in order to feel more confident in moving forward in the sales process with us, but we cannot make them want to have a sale, okay? So I want to tell you, if you have had this attitude in the past, I am begging you, please reconsider this and change your attitude on it, okay? And I'm not saying this to be a jerk, but change your attitude on this, because as soon as we go from a me, this is what I want for my business, this is how my business should run, this is what I want my couples to do, that is when your business is going to start to die, because you have taken off the customer service focus of your business. You are no longer focused on how you can serve these couples, because when you serve them, they're excited to work with you, which means they refer you out, which means they leave you good reviews, which means that other people see how happy that your other clients have been, that now they want to work with you, okay? When you take the customer service aspect out of your business, it is going to start to die, because you are so singularly focused on you and what your benefit is, that they're not getting the benefit and they're not getting what they need from you. And the problem is, our clients need to know what we can do for them, okay? They are the ones, they have a choice. They have a choice of what kind of wedding professional they can hire. They have a choice of whether or not they want to continue in a conversation with us and fork over their hard-earned money and make us the one wedding professional for their wedding, okay? The one DJ, the one photographer, the one wedding planner or venue, okay? They have a choice. They don't have to choose you. And if you have a focus of, well, this is what I do, take it or leave it, they're going to leave it, because they know they can go find it somewhere else, okay? So, sorry, I'm fired up today about this, but this is so true. So I want you guys to understand how this relates to the ghosting, okay? Because when we take it from one of those two positions of either, well, if they're not going to follow up with me, then forget them, they can go find somebody else. If we take it from that stance, or if we take it from, I don't know if I want to, I don't want to bug them, I don't want to be seen as that wedding professional, right? That is going to make it so much harder for your business to grow, okay? We have to be professionally persistent, because the fortune is in the follow-up, okay? So how do you do this? Well, you have to have a follow-up strategy in place. And we talk about this a lot in the Growth Academy. We have tons of templates and all sorts of things that I could go all into. But the thing that I want you guys to realize is that there are ways to be able to stay in touch with your couples, to give them value, to make them feel like you truly care about them, that you are really committed to making their wedding better. And there are so many easy ways to do this, while at the same time, as you build that relationship, opening up the opportunity for them to have a conversation with you so they can learn about how they can work with you, okay? There's absolutely easy ways to be able to do this that will help keep you from feeling like you're not being the pushy salesman or saleswoman that you're worried about being, right? So I want you guys to first of all, take this to heart, okay? I want you guys to remember this, that follow-up is not being pushy. It's being professionally persistent and giving them the information that they need in order to make a sale so they feel confident in moving forward in working with you, okay? All right, so like I said, this is probably the biggest reason why you are only closing those buy now couples, because you don't have a buy now strategy in place, all right? But the thing is, if they come in, so let's go back to the concept of the buy now couples, okay? If they come in and they're, they know they need to make a decision for their wedding, it's time to choose, okay? And they like what they see, but you're not closing them. Why? Okay, we're going to look at a few key areas to help you close these close these leads a little bit more quickly, answer these questions, and not get ghosted as much, okay? So one of the reasons is that the appointment for your client, okay, they say they want information, they say they want to have a conversation with you, and it doesn't show up. And a lot of times this is because of a lack of reminders, all right? So having some sort of reminder system set up in your sales process, okay? And a lot of times this is what a good CRM is customer relationship management system, CRM, is going to be able to do for you, and to make sure that you are giving them the reminders that they need. Because again, think about it from their perspective and what they are going through, okay? When they're in planning mode, even if they're at the point where they know they got to make a decision, they're a buy now couple, they got to make a decision. They're going, I have to make a decision. And they've got all these other people that may be reaching out to them, because they realize that they're ready to make a decision too, right? And they're trying to close them. Okay. So they've got all these people coming at them. They have all the research that they have done already, because again, they're going to do their research. So they've got all that in front of them. In the meantime, they've got a life, they've got a job, they have other things happening in their world. And it's very, very easy for, appointments, conversations to slip off their radar. And that's why it's so important and so helpful to have reminders in place for your business, okay? And like I said, that could be texting, scheduled reminder emails, through your CRM. Our Book More Brides CRM, our clients have actually found that the reminder has greatly increased people showing up. Because like I said, life gets in the way, okay? They are super, super busy. So they appreciate having that reminder. And not only that, but it also, not only does it get them to the appointment, but they're grateful, because they're like, oh gosh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you reminded me, because I have had like 8,000 things happen this week. And I'm so happy that you reminded me. Thank you. That is the response that they are getting more often than not when they have that set up with the CRM, okay? So how can we do this? Well, we can start by trying to schedule those appointments as soon as possible, okay? Give them two options by starting with, are you available for a call tonight? Or using schedulers if not, so that way they can pick a time that they prefer. But giving them a choice of two times. Are you available, would you like to speak tonight or tomorrow? That way they have to, it's more than just a yes or a no. It gets them to respond quickly, but also it keeps the time frame short, because too long of a time frame in between for them to sleep on it or to get hit with other ads or other wedding professionals, it kills off the excitement, okay? And because they reached out to you because they're interested and they want to know more. But the thing is, if we let it linger too long, and from the time that they reach out to the time that we actually have a conversation with them, in the meantime, that excitement of why they've reached out to you starts to wear off a little bit. Okay, so we do need to make sure that we're scheduling those quickly, getting them on the phone quickly, and if nothing else, to one, answer their questions quickly. And if they're not the right client for you, at least now you know, and you can move on to finding ones who are ready to book with you, who do want to book with you. Okay, once again, this is a win-win on both sides when you can help them make a decision, yes or no, either way. Okay. So you also need to make sure that you are asking for the conversation. Like I said, not ghosting them, asking to get in touch with them. And here, let me give you some information. I would be happy to review this in a call with you and make sure that you feel more confident about it, right? And then when you get on that call, asking qualifying questions, okay? And some of you have done a good job with this, but more than anything, I think a lot of times we get just the basic information from them, right? It's like, oh, when's your wedding? if you're not a venue, they're saying, where is it happening? Where's your ceremony? Where's your reception? Oh, how many people are going to be part of your wedding? We ask some of the basic questions, but we don't necessarily ask the questions that are going to help them understand why they need us. And those are what true qualifying questions are. It's not so much whether or not we're available to serve them on their date, on their wedding date, but it's more so, are they the right client for us? And are we the right wedding professional for them? Okay. So one of the best things that you can do is, one, listen to what they're saying. Of course, that's kind of a basic, right? But then restating those questions to them and what they've said, and really mirroring back to them what they want from you. Okay. So this is really getting into some in-depth sales training. And I have to say, who's the king of this, who's really good at this, is Nick. He's really good with sales strategies and helping to find natural ways to be able to have a good conversation with people and help to move them closer to a sale. So if you could use a little bit of help with sales strategies, or maybe a couple of pointers, kind of where things might be going wrong in the sales process, send him a message. He's really good at doing that. So one of the most important things like I said, is to not only listen to what they're saying, but then to restate it back to them. Say, oh, okay, so what I heard is that, you are really looking for this. And we really want, again, trying to find and getting to the heart of what it is that they really want out of hiring you. Okay. What is it that they really want from your service at the end of the day? Now, if you have done the work that we've talked about beforehand, they're already probably 75% of the way there, because you have done the work to make sure you have an image that shows their picture of success. You have a statement that clearly states who you like to work with, who you can help, what you do, right? So the goal is that these leads, when they come in, now they're basically, like I said, about 75% of the way there. And so because you're pretty sure they're your ideal client, because if they resonated with the images in your ad, the images on your website, the wording in your ad, the wording on your website, okay, then they're probably your ideal client. But we need to be sure of this. And that's one of the ways that we can do it, is to restate back to them what they said. So I'm hearing that you really want, for your venue, you really just want this to be, you want everyone to feel like they're at home. You want this to be like a really relaxed atmosphere. Is that about right? And restate it back to them, and then mirror back to them what it is that they want from you. Okay. So if your couple comes in and they're like super excited, can't wait to hear all about what you have to offer, then you're going to be like, yeah, let's do this, right? You're just going to go back and forth with them, kind of, mirror and repeat that energy back, because if that's how they're feeling about your service and everything like that, then yeah, I'll pump them up and everything. But if they're coming in there uncertain, and they're kind of quieter and everything like that, then maybe take a more thoughtful approach and a more calming atmosphere. Because I think that we as wedding professionals, we understand a lot of this. A lot of you have said that if you can get them on the phone, you can close them. And I think that's probably because once you hear their voice, or if you're doing a video call, you can kind of see in their mannerisms, you can kind of see where they're at, right? Are they like, man, you are it. I am so excited. Let's get some information. I want to get this taken care of. They just have a couple of questions that need to be answered. But sometimes you get them, you get in front of them, and you can tell they're a little unsure, they're a little uncertain, maybe even the packages that you offer maybe are, kind of pushing and stretching their budget limit a little bit. Well, this is when you need to really come at them with a very calm and reassuring attitude, right? Helping them to feel like it's going to be okay. Let me help you to understand how this is what you want. This is what you're telling me you want from your wedding. And this is how I'm going to be able to provide that. This is how I'm going to be able to answer those questions and everything. No problem. Making them feel like you can truly help them, because you can, right? They just need to know it. They need to be reassured for that, reassured of that. Okay. So your job more than anything is to uncover their emotional needs, and then to help them feel confident that you can be the right one to answer them. Okay. And obviously, I know you're going to be honest about this. I know you're not going to push them to a sale just so you can get the sale, right? If you can tell that they're looking for something that you just don't really do, you're going to be honest with them and tell them that. I know that. Okay. So we can take that worry off right there. Okay. We're not going to be unscrupulous. We're not going to be shady. And we're not going to push couples to buy from us when we're not really going to be able to give them what they want and what they need. But the thing is, like I said, our goal is that when they come to you, you're pretty certain and they're pretty certain that you're the right wedding pro for them. But they have just a couple of questions and we need them to feel confident that we can answer them for them, okay? And then you also need to make sure that you're vision casting, okay? So now that we understand what their emotional needs are and they're starting to see how we can answer them, well, one of the ways that we can do that and show that is by painting that picture of success. Help them to see that when they work with you, they're going to be able to achieve what it is that they really want, okay? Your job is to vision cast with them what their wedding is going to look like with you making their vision a reality. Once again, it's not what you can do. It's not how many years of experience that you have or what you like to do. You have to take all of that and flip it and talk about why those things are a benefit to them. So once again, say you are really good as a DJ. Say that you are really good at, making sure the timeline stays right on track, that you have no problems with it. Actually, I'll give another example next. I just remembered something else that I think would be helpful for you. But as a DJ, you're really good at making sure that there's no dead space, right? That everything keeps moving, good flow to the night, right? All of that. So what you need to do is say, okay, so what I heard from you is that you want everybody to just have the time of their life at your wedding, right? Okay, well, think about this. Think about like at your wedding where, basically you guys walk in and I immediately introduce you. You go right into your first dance, then everybody comes out onto the dance floor. We have some fun and everything like that. You start to explain to them what their picture of success is and start to really explain it to them and helping them see that and say, so what do you think? Is that what you're looking for? Tell me, what are you envisioning for your wedding? What are you thinking about, when you step into that reception hall or when you step into your reception, what do you want to feel like? What are you excited about? And really thinking about that, helping them to understand what their wedding is going to look like and how you are going to make that a reality for them, okay? And another example is really making sure, so another example I was thinking about is Brianna and Becky. We were talking with them, right? Brianna and Becky. Yes. Like, there's so many people we've talked to this week. I apologize. But they were telling us how as photographers, they are really, really good at they said they have never had a timeline. They work so hard on making the timeline for their clients go well on the wedding day that they said they have never had a timeline go off, that it's never been off since they were working. That's a pretty bold statement, right? But they can back it up. So they can talk about, here's how I'm going to, so I can, so if I'm hearing from you that, you want to make sure that everything that your day, we get these beautiful pictures and everything, but I mean, you probably don't want people to be sitting around waiting because you're out taking pictures, right? And the couple's probably gonna say, no, who wants that, right? They say, but you still want these gorgeous pictures. Don't worry, we've got a plan for you. And for them to be able to explain that and help them to understand. So how would you feel if you felt like the day just flowed so well? We got all the pictures that you wanted, but you didn't miss any dance floor time with your friends and your family out there on the dance floor. You didn't miss out on any of, you got to sit down and eat, okay? How many of your couples have talked about afterwards, it's like, oh man, the day just went so fast, I didn't even get a chance to eat. I remember that. I'm a food person, okay? I like to eat. So I made sure, I remember telling our photographer, look, whatever we have to do so I can sit down and enjoy this delicious food, that one of the reasons why we chose our reception hall, okay? I want to make that happen. That was important to me. And I wanted to eat our cake. I loved our cake and I wanted to enjoy it, okay? So those are things that were really important to me. And our photographer must have done a good job of making sure that the timeline met those needs for us, because I got to eat my dinner and I got to eat my cake and I was happy. There are some other areas where, he had to kind of pull us aside, get some pictures, things like that. That was fine. But those were important to me and he made sure that those were covered and I was grateful for that, okay? So the other side of vision casting is really making sure that you're helping them also to realize what's going to happen if this doesn't happen for them, if their dream wedding does not become a reality, okay? what's going to happen? How is it going to look? How are they going to feel? And then empathize with them about that. Okay. So again, taking it from, thinking about from a planner perspective. Okay. So you talk to them, you say, okay, so what I'm hearing from you is that, you want to make sure that everything is taken care of. You don't want to have to worry about a single thing on your wedding day. You just want to be able to be present and, enjoying this moment, really soaking it all in with all of your friends as you're getting ready, being able to share those special moments with your family, that those first dances and all those kinds of things, and not thinking in the back of your head, oh my gosh, okay, does the DJ know what song is supposed to come next? And how do I know that the food's going to come out at the right time? I should go check with the caterer after this, So those are the things I'm hearing, that you don't want. So what's going to happen if you don't get that taken care of? How are what's going to happen if you don't get that, if you have to worry about those things? And then sit back and listen to their answer, okay? Because likely they're going to say things like, well, yeah, I'm going to be really stressed out on my wedding day. I'm going to, not really be able to enjoy myself. I'm going to have to be running around and people are going to be wondering where I'm at. Probably my new spouse is going to be wondering where I'm at because I'm off taking care of everything else when I should be in the dance, on the dance floor. I should be, going around and saying hi to my great aunts and uncles and things like that, right? And hear that from them and say, yeah, and how would you feel about that? What would that be like if you did that? And it's, well, I'd probably feel pretty bummed out. Like, yeah, I understand. All right. So how are we going to fix that? Okay. And then moving them closer to that. All right. And this is where we have the opportunity to very naturally move forward and ask for the sale. Okay. Remember to think about this as an opportunity. So now you have heard from them what they want, and you've helped to paint this picture of this dream scenario of their wedding day and how you're going to make it happen for them. But you've also heard from them the stress of what will happen if they don't accomplish this, right? And how they're going to feel disappointed or regret or stressed or just sad that their wedding didn't go this one day in their life that they've been looking forward to their whole life, that it's not going to be the way that they wanted it to be. Okay? Hearing about that, what you have as a wedding professional is an opportunity to solve that for them, to be able to make that perfect wedding day, that picture of success that you painted together with them, to make that true. You are giving them an opportunity, okay? And the way that you are giving them that opportunity to solve those problems is by working with you, is by finding the right package that makes the most sense for them. Because again, I know you guys aren't going to be pushy or giving, trying to get them to buy a bigger package with things that they don't need, okay? I know you're going to listen to them and to help them to provide options for them. Well, I really think that you would be best suited to this package that I offer, okay? And let me tell you why, and explain what it does and how it answers those problems, those fears that they have, how it provides the picture of success that you talked about with them, okay? And a lot of times we feel weird about moving into the sale because we don't think of it as this opportunity. We think of it as, oh, well, here's, I'm going to have to take money from them after I just talked about all these kind of big emotional things, right? And a lot of times it's because this is a passion for us, right? I know a lot of you do what you do because you're passionate about it, because you truly have a desire to make their wedding day better. And it could also be that you have a desire to, that this is a talent that you have, okay? This is a talent that you have been blessed with and that you want to be able to share it with others. But the way that you can do that is by showing them how this is an opportunity for them and what you provide is valuable. And when something is valuable, it is worth an exchange of something, okay? And in this case, it's for them to purchase it from you, okay? And a lot of times, like I said, that can feel really uncomfortable because it's something that we're passionate about and we would totally do for free if we could. But the thing is, you are running a business, not a hobby and not a charity, okay? And providing this as an opportunity for them is going to be valuable for them. And when they understand and they see how you are going to make this a reality for them, how you're going to make this one important day in their life better by what you offer them, their price will no longer be a question. because they're going to be so excited and so grateful that they have found someone who can answer their questions, who can be there for them, and who can help them to get what they really want. That they're not going to care how much it costs. They're just grateful that they have the opportunity to have someone who can answer those things for them, who can do this for them, okay? Because now they understand that you're not in it for a sale. You are in it for their benefit, that you truly care about them. And when they feel that and they feel comfortable and like, wow, this person isn't just, taking advantage of me, they truly care about me, they will be happy to pay you. And a lot of times they'll be happy to pay you for some of your highest packages because they are so appreciative and so grateful and so understanding of your value that they want to. It's the reciprocity factor. Basically, they're like, wow, this person has helped me out so much. I want to give them something back in return. That's a human nature concept. Okay, that's just human nature, that when someone gives something to us, don't you feel like you want to give them something back in return? And so for your couples, this is going to be very easy for them to be able to give you money to do this because they trust and believe that what you are providing has value to them and is going to make their day better, okay? So I want you guys to feel comfortable about this. I want you guys to feel confident that what you do makes sense and what you do provides a valuable service for your couples. And I want you guys, as a result, to take authority as the guide on this, feeling confident that, yes, I can do this for you. I know what you're going through. I know what you want. I can do it for you. Prescribe the right package for them. Like I said, I know you're not going to take advantage of them. You're going to say, here's the package I think is best for you, and here's why. And then state the price confidently, okay? And something that Nick will teach you if you were to talk with him about sales, so important, is to say, don't say anymore. I'll send a quote over to you. Okay, do not do that anymore, okay? Keep it in your back pocket if they're really hesitant to move forward, but don't lead with it, okay? Because the thing is, when you do this, it makes them, they end up taking a step back, right? And it's like we were talking about where we don't want them to lose the excitement of understanding that they finally found the right person for them, okay? And the more time you give them to step back and be like, and start to doubt themselves, because again, that's human nature, is for them to, feel like they're going to flip-flop and they need to do more research and everything like that. No, you are the right person for them. They know it, but giving them more time is going to make it more difficult for you to be able to kind of make them feel like it's okay to step forward in this. It's okay to make a decision because I'm going to answer this for you. You don't have to worry about this, okay? And it's better to have them say yes to the right package and be happy than to say yes to the wrong package and have problems, okay? And it's now, in the end, it ends up being not so much price that's the real problem. It's building this trust that we've been talking about so they can see the value, okay? And like I said, I know you're going to offer the right process, the right package for them. You don't want to give them too much time, but you also want them to feel like they can trust you, because it's that trust that you work to build and to communicate to them, so that way price doesn't become the problem, all right? So, we talked about some big stuff today, right? This is stuff, as you can see, this is something that I am truly passionate about. Nick is truly passionate about, and so is our team. This is something that we truly believe that when you do this work, you are going to see results in your wedding business. We know it. We have seen it. We've seen this in our students and everything, okay? So everything we have learned this week, okay, I hope you've seen how it has built on one to the other, okay? How important it is to understand the buy now versus the buy later couples. How important it is to be able to speak to that right mindset for the buy now or the buy later couples, so you can have the right messaging out there for your ads. So that when you pay money, you put $1 in, you get $2 out, you get an actual return on your investment because you are speaking in the right way to the right people. That when they click through to your ad, that they land on your site and they are reassured by seeing a picture of success front and center there about how they're going to feel when they hire you for their wedding, and a clear description of how you are going to help them and what they're going to get by working with you, right? And that today, like we learned, that when they get on the phone with you, that they feel confident that you can answer their problems, that you can create and make that picture of success a reality for them, and that they see and understand your value so that they are ready to book, okay? These are such important things, and I truly know and believe that when you put these things in process and you put these processes into, you put them into place in your business, you're gonna see results, okay? So I hope you've seen the value of that this week and what this means when you get these things right. So the importance of learning this 3-step process and everything, cracking the booking code at this high level, okay? I know you're all interested in learning this because you've been spending this time with us. And I love that you've been spending this time with us. I love seeing these questions and everything like that. Kirsten, thank you. Says this has been the best session of the week. I'm so glad that this has been helpful to you because, like I said, we truly have a heart for seeing wedding pros grow their business, for you guys to finally make a difference, okay? And I truly love sharing these teachings with you and to pour it into you, to pour into your knowledge base and to pour into you and your business, you as a wedding pro, okay, during these last 4 days, and really helping you put together this clear path to transform the way that you bring in and close more leads, okay? And some of you are going to be, you've learned some really big things this week. And I know some of you have been putting it into action already. And you are amazing for doing that and moving forward, okay? That is absolutely incredible. And I know that when you put these things in place and you move forward, you're going to see transformation in your business, okay? But I also know that this is not something that happens overnight, okay? Transforming your business and making all of these things come together full circle is not necessarily, this is not something that's going to happen overnight, you guys. It's not even something that can happen in 4 days, 5 days like this. What you need to understand is the foundation, but then you need that ongoing support, that ongoing teaching and learning that's going to help you continue to connect the dots. And if that's something that you're feeling like, you know what, yes, that's what I've been missing. I need that ongoing coaching, that ongoing training, that ongoing support. I do want to tell you guys that we do have a program that meets those needs, okay? It's called the Growth Academy. This is something that we really have set in place because we have just seen this need in the wedding industry. There are a lot of courses out there and a lot of things where it will teach on one topic, or it might have support just for a little bit of time. But the thing is, a lot of times with those types of programs, well, one, if it's just on one topic, it's not something that is going to help you holistically with your business. Like you might get really good in this one area, but what about the rest of your business, right? If it's not connecting all the dots, or similarly, if there's some sort of a program where it has just this limited time of support for you to be able to ask questions and get some feedback on some things, getting a second set of eyes, all those kinds of things, it's basically a lot of times these are times so that just as you start to see results, it's like the program's over and you're like, well, what do I do next? Where do I go from here? It's like, I'm starting to see it, but what do I do next? Okay. That is why we have created the Growth Academy. This is a 12-month coaching program, which also provides ongoing regular training with me, with Nick, with our entire team at Book More Brides, which is growing by the week. We are bringing in all sorts of specialists to help in different areas because we have been able to see how our Growth Academy students, what kind of progress they're making, but also what they need next. And when you're part of a program that has a greater access like this, where you're able to speak every single week with different experts in different subjects, that is where they're starting to see some really big results happening. Because again, you are amazing at what you do. You are a great wedding professional, but sometimes marketing can be a struggle, right? And making sure that you are getting in front of the right people. How do you know that? You can test it out and you can try to figure it out on your own, but if you're not getting that feedback and everything, how can you really be sure? And then if you're finding that it's not working, well, how do you know what is going to work? Or how do you get closer to finding something that is going to make a difference for your business? That's what the Growth Academy is for. This is a really big opportunity to be able to finally get answers, to be able to connect with people who know the wedding industry, and to be able to ask your questions on an ongoing basis, to have a trusted community around you, not just of experts in the wedding industry, but other wedding pros who are really singularly focused on growing their business the way that you are interested in growing your business, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about what it looks like, just so you can kind of get the big picture of what the Growth Academy is like, okay? A lot of questions, the first question that we get from people is, what exactly is it and what makes it different? Well, like I said, this is a 12-month program. It's a mentorship program with everything that you need to attract leads, make sure they like what they see when they find you, and better close more couples online, okay? It's a place that a lot of you have been searching for, just to ask those questions about your wedding business that you've always wanted to ask, but just have never been able to find the right place, okay? You can't get it out of a one-time course. You can't get it out of, a short-term program, because your business is growing and evolving. And as it grows and evolves and you start to get more leads in, you start to have different challenges, right? And different questions. And to be able to have that sounding board, to be able to ask people who know different areas of your wedding business, or to be able to connect with some other wedding pros maybe in your area that are saying, what is going on here, without having to worry about them stealing your business or anything like that, right? This is what the Growth Academy is for. It is mentorship, it is community, it's training, and a place to finally get those questions asked, okay? The other question that we get a lot of times is, okay, so you mentioned being able to ask these questions and get access, to experts and to community. Well, how much? How much do I get out of that, okay? Well, you get access to us every single week, okay? Let me paint a picture and help you understand what a typical week is like inside the Growth Academy. On Mondays, we have Marketing Monday calls. Those are at 4 o'clock Eastern. And what we do with those is we come on here for an hour. We have a Zoom session just like we're doing here. Well, it's not Zoom, but you know what I mean. We have a in-person video session like this where we provide a little bit of training, but more than anything, it is an open forum where our Growth Academy students come in and they can ask questions like, hey, I tried running this ad and I'm not getting great results. What should I do? And you can pull up your ad, and right then and there, we can take a look and say, all right, why don't you try doing this? Try tweaking this area here, maybe rephrase some things a little bit here. I'm not sure if that picture is your true picture of success, okay? All those kinds of things, kind of get your feedback on that, but also to say, you know what? I was doing so well getting these leads and everything, and all of a sudden they've dropped off and I don't know what to do. Where should I go next in my business, okay? And being able to ask those questions and to get some direct feedback. That is the difference in the Growth Academy, okay? It's not posting it and hoping somebody answers it. You get direct answers right then and there, okay? So that's Monday. On Tuesdays, we have, on Wednesdays, we are starting to offer some really specialized courses, okay? We have social media experts inside the Growth Academy that can answer questions on how to use Instagram well, how to use Facebook well, how to use Pinterest well. All of these things that are going to help you get your questions answered about social media needs, being able to how to use it effectively for your business. But also, we have also begun to add in venue calls. Okay, we actually have quite a few venue owners inside of the Growth Academy, and we're realizing that the venue owners have some very unique challenges and needs. So we've actually opened up an opportunity that we do that a couple of times each month, where we have a venue director that helps to give some insight and some recommendations on how to move forward in certain areas, what to do if you're seeing this, how you can move forward on that, okay? That's on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, we have the copywriting call, okay? And that is where experts like me, and we have Sam and Lacey, we have experts, expert copywriters that are experts in web writing, in email writing, in social post, ad writing, all of those things where you can bring these things to us and say, look, I'm working on my packages and pricing page. What can I do differently? Or I need to add this into my business. How do I say it? Or I need to understand better my perfect client. I know we had our session on this and I want to learn some more about it. Can we talk about it? And you get direct feedback from experts in copywriting and in email writing and website writing that are going to be able to give you the information that you need and the expert advice to tweak that and get it really laser focused in so you are speaking to your ideal client, okay? And that way you get to pick the minds of anyone on our team here through multiple different outlets. Now, do you have to be on every call? No. And if you have conflicts with it, we always record them. They're available for you to watch at any time, or if you want to rewatch it inside of our private Facebook group. So you do have the opportunity to join live. And we have a lot of our students that they have carved out the time in their schedule and they join. And when they do that, they really start to see their results skyrocket. But if something prevents them from being there, often because they have a client call or a consultation, then they come back later and they review it, okay? So that's the kind of access that you get when you join the Growth Academy, okay? But also, you get all sorts of on-demand trainings. So, if you're a night owl and you've got maybe a day job that you're working on and you need to catch up and do some things during the evening, until you can make this your full-time job, we have all sorts of on-demand trainings available. We have templates. We have all these things that you can use at your pace and in your schedule to be able to implement them into your business so that you continue to make steady progress moving forward. Because that's what it's really all about, right? And again, this was the gap that we saw in the wedding industry, was the ability and the support and the opportunity to make continued growth in your wedding business. Because you can be laser focused on something for a while. But what starts to happen when life gets busy, or you start getting a whole bunch of bookings and you've got all these things that you're trying to juggle and everything, and you find that you're not able to make a call, or you find that there's some other things that are going on. Having that ongoing access and that direct being able to ask questions, be there when you need it, that is what is different about the Growth Academy, is being able to have that community connection, okay? And every week you have the opportunity to jump on calls to make your brand attract more couples, to be able to rephrase the things that you've had, to get really specific on your picture of success, on your statements. I talked yesterday about the power paragraph and how important that is, the power paragraph and the one-liner statement, how important that is in shaping the way that you connect emotionally with your couples. I'll tell you what, that is the very first thing that we do in your session. And once you join the Growth Academy, that's the very first thing that we do, is help you to get extremely clear on your ideal client, what their emotional needs are, what their pain points are, so that way you can finally start standing out from all the other wedding pros, all the other photographers, all the other DJs, all the other venue owners, whatever it is that you do. This is how you're going to be able to stand out. And I think if you go back and you watch yesterday's session, you'll understand that, how important it is to clearly state this and show it in your online materials, your website, your emails, your social posts. When you can get so clear, that is going to guide everything that you do. And it makes a huge, huge difference for our students. And it's so exciting when I hear from our students when they're like, yes, they're repeating it back to me. They're repeating the writing back to, on my website that we wrote together. They're repeating it back to me in the sales call. To me, that is success, because it means that it's resonating with them, that it's connecting with them truly, where they're like, oh my gosh, yes, this is it. They get me. This is the person I've been looking for, right? When they start to feel that connection with you, that's when it builds that trust that leads to a sale. And I really want you guys to understand how important it is to be solid, to be clear, to be concise, and positioned properly for your couples to say, yes, that's what I want, okay? Having those quality leads come to you that lead to a sale is what is going to make the difference in your wedding business. But you're not going to be able to do that if you don't take the action to make this happen in your wedding business, okay? So think about, what would having access to a team of experts, to email templates, to text message templates, to understanding your perfect client inside and out, way beyond the avatar model, what would that do for your wedding business? How would that change the course of your wedding business and your life over the course of the next year? What would that do for you if you could start to finally bring in leads consistently, where you're not wondering, oh my gosh, when is somebody going to call me? When you're not wondering where your next booking is coming from, when you're not wondering how and when you can get past all of the difficulty and the roadblocks that have been thrown up in this past year by all the challenges that we have faced as wedding pros. Because I'll tell you what, we have students in our Growth Academy that joined us right as the shutdown started and the pandemic hit. Antonio is a great example of this. He has been consistent and persistent in growing his business no matter what happens. Not only did he have the pandemic hit him like all of us, he changed markets. So he didn't have this steady group he didn't have referrals to pull from. He didn't have, previous clients that could refer him, or when he did, it was only a handful of them, right? He didn't have this machine of leads coming into him or this already built-in presence online in his current community. No, he had to start from scratch. But because he has taken all of these trainings to heart from the Growth Academy, he got so super clear on his perfect client. You heard him say it the other day where he was talking about the client that came to him that looked at his website, didn't ask him for price. He didn't have to convince him of anything. He just said, yep, you're the one, because he has done the work to make sure the writing on his website is crystal clear, that the images on his website are showing their picture of success of what his couples truly want. He has done the work and he's seeing the results because he's incredible at what he does. He is such a fun DJ. He's such a fun person. He is a sweetheart. But the thing is, if people don't know about him, if they don't know about him online, they're never going to be able to book him. So he did the work and he's seeing the results. And now he can share his talents with these couples. He can make his couples' weddings better as a result, where they're saying to their friends, you got to hire this guy. My wedding, do you remember how fun my wedding was? That's who you need for yours. Or do you remember how fun, my cousin's birthday party was and he was DJing it? Think about how fun your wedding's going to be with that. This is the difference. When you are getting these things clear and you start bringing in your clients this way, you're not going to have to convince them of price anymore. You're not going to have to convince them of your value. All they're going to want to know is, are you available on my date? And when can we get started? Okay. This is what I want you to experience. This is what I want to see for your wedding business, because it is truly possible. And I know that when you do the work and you have a community to support you, you have people that you can ask questions from, bounce ideas off of, get expert advice from people who know the wedding industry. Not just anybody who might know writing or, business or ads or anything, but somebody who knows the wedding industry. That is the difference that you're going to start seeing in your business. Okay. So I would really like you guys to go check out the Growth Academy, see what everything is involved with it, and see if it's a fit for you. Okay. Because just like I was saying earlier with you and your couples, I don't want you to feel like this is something that isn't the right fit for you. Okay. I want you to be excited about the possibilities and what is out there for you once you have these things in place. Okay. And I know that the Growth Academy can help you with these things. But if you have any questions about this, if you're unsure about it, I want to invite you to get onto a call with me and Nick so we can answer your questions. And I hope you have understood from this past week everything we've talked about so far. I hope you understand that our heart is truly for seeing you grow, okay? And I would love for you to join us in the Growth Academy. But if it's not the right time for you or if it's not the right fit for you, we're going to tell you honestly, because I don't want you to feel like you're being pushed to make a decision. I want you to feel and to know and to understand what is possible for your business. So many of you we have talked to, you're like diamonds in the rough. There's a venue owner that Nick had spoken with, I think last week, and he has this incredible venue, absolutely beautiful, but he's not getting sales. why aren't you getting sales? And as we dug into it with him, we started to understand that he needed to be much clearer on his promise of what he offers his clients, his picture of success and his statements. He needed to have a good online marketing strategy, and he needed to just let people know he needed to take his billboard out of the woods and put it by the freeway. Okay. That's all that he needed to do. He has the incredible venue. He's ready and excited to help couples, but he was feeling really down and out, like, man, why isn't anybody coming to me? I know that I have this great thing. I know I can serve them. That is what we can help you to do. That is our strengths, and how we can help you is taking that billboard out of the woods, putting it by the freeway, and helping people say, yep, that's the one. That's the one for me. Okay. So go give a look to the Growth Academy. I know Nick and Teresa are putting the details in the chat here. They're putting the link to the Growth Academy so you can see everything that it involves. Just so that way you understand in terms of the investment that this is, okay? The investment is $297 a month for that 12 months, okay? But if you wanted to make a single investment in your business by joining the Growth Academy and doing it all in one payment, you do get a 10% discount. And that's for, I don't have the number in front of me, but you do get a 10% discount if you decide to pay in full, okay? But we wanted to make this something that was available to you, that was affordable. I know that it's not a $20 training, but this isn't $20 value. Okay. I want you to understand what is going to happen with your business when you have this type of support. Okay. And I want you to understand the value that you're going to receive by being part of the Growth Academy, and how your business is going to benefit, and how you're going to be able to stop worrying about when you're going to make your next sale, about wondering whether or not it's time for you to go start looking for a regular job again, for you to put aside this dream of working in your wedding business, okay? I don't want you guys to do that. I want you to feel confident that you are amazing at what you do, and you just need a little bit of help in getting clear on your perfect couples, getting clear on how you can bring them in the right way consistently on an ongoing basis, and then to help them feel confident in saying yes to what you offer so your business can finally start growing, okay? I am so excited for you guys. I'm so excited to see what is possible for you, to hear even more from you about your business and what's going on. Go give a look at the Growth Academy link. See everything that's involved with it. But like I said, I would love to get on a call with you and help you to understand how this would work for you in your situation. Whether you're brand new to the industry, whether you have been in the industry for a while and maybe need some new methods to be able to get out in front of couples in a new way, whether you have a full-time job and you need to figure out ways to be able to fit this into your schedule, Nick and I will be able to help you to answer that, okay? And help to give you some ideas on how you can work, and give you more details on how you might be able to fit that into your schedule, okay? I truly believe that you have incredible things available to you and incredible growth opportunities available for your business. And I would love to see you finally realize them. And I truly believe that the Growth Academy is your first step in doing that, okay? So thank you guys so much for being here today. Tomorrow, we're not done yet. We still have more training for you guys, okay? Tomorrow, we are going to be talking about the six-figure wedding pros, how they have cracked the booking code, okay? How they are able to take everything we have talked about this past week and how they put it into place, and how they are able to grow and scale their business as a result. I can't wait to share that with you. Reach out to us with any questions. Go check out the Growth Academy, and I can't wait to talk with you and help you find the right solution for you and to move forward in growth for your business, okay? Thank you guys so much for being here today. I can't wait to talk to you. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Bye.